Today we're going to be talking about graphing linear equations, and our essential question is, what are the parts to the slope-intercept form? So before we get into the steps, I do want to point out the slope-intercept form is going to be y equals mx plus b. And as a reminder, m is going to be your slope, and b is your y-intercept. Okay. So for the steps, you're going to do these. The first thing that you're going to look at is where your B is. And your B is going, just think of it as like the beginning, right? B for beginning. And you're going to start at the y-intercept. Okay. Your second step, you're going to go to your M and think of the slope as you're going to move for M, right? You're going to move, and from the y-intercept, you're going to move the rise over run to find your next point in the line. Okay, so let's go ahead and write that. From the y-intercept, move your rise over run to find the next point on the line. Okay, and so we're going to do 3 examples where we have an equation, a linear equation, and we're going to graph them. Okay, so for our first example, we're going to have y equals 2 over 3 x minus 4. Okay, so I'm going to list out our m and our b, and from our equation, remember we have y equals mx plus b. Our m is going to be this 2 over 3, so that's going to be 2 over 3 for our m, and our b is the 4, but there is a negative, so we're going to use a negative 4 for it. Okay, so that means that this is our slope, and this is our y-intercept. I'm going to abbreviate that y and an int. Okay, so if I go ahead and get a graph, okay, I'm going to start with the beginning, right? Begin, B for beginning. I'm going to start at negative 4, and on our y-intercept, this line right here, we're going to find negative 4. And so at negative 4, I'm going to go ahead and put point right here. Right? That's my beginning. My slope is 2 over 3. And remember, our slope is rise over run, right? And so that means they're both positive, so that means I'm going to go up 2 and to the right 3. Okay? So from this point, from negative 4, I'm going to go up 2 and over 3. You see how I went up 2 and over 3. 1, 2, 3, like that. Okay. So if I do it again, I would actually have up 2 and over 3. It would be off the graph, right? So those are the only 2 points I can graph right now. Okay. Draw your line, and then don't forget your arrows. And then that's it. That's how you graph your line. Let's go ahead and do the next one. So for example number 2, let's go ahead and put y equals negative x, just negative x. Okay, so if I just put negative x, I don't have a number for the slope. I have a negative, so if I don't have a number for the slope, I can just put a 1, right? And for my b, I don't have anything, so I can just put a plus 0. Okay, so I have my m for my slope is going to be negative 1, and my y-intercept, my b, is going to be 0. Okay. So on this line, we're going to go to the beginning, which is 0. So at 0, I'm going to go ahead and put a point. And in my slope, let's go ahead, rise over run. We only have negative 1. So if I have just a number, I'm going to go ahead and put it over 1, because anything divided by 1 is just going to be the same number. Okay. So that means we have a negative 1 on top, so we're going to go down 1. And this one is a positive, so we're still going to go to the right one. Okay, so from the point at 0, we're going to go down 1 and to the right 1. So we have a point right there. Okay, and then go ahead and do it again. Down 1 to the right 1. You have a point there. Do it again. There and there. Okay, so go ahead and draw your line. And draw your arrows to show that it goes on forever. And that is your line for y equals negative x. In our last example, let's go ahead and put y equals negative 2x plus 1. Okay. My slope is going to be negative 2. And my beginning, my y-intercept is going to be a 1. Okay. So in our graph, we're going to begin at 1 on our y-intercept. So 1 is going to be right here. So that's my first point. And I'm going to use my slope to move to my second point. So remember, we have rise over run. We only have a number, so we're going to put it over 2. Over 1. We have negative 2, and we're going to put it over 1. You always do that whenever you just have a whole number. Okay, so that means this negative 2 is negative. So I'm going to go down 2 and to the right 1 because that 1 is a positive still. Okay, so I'm going to go down 2, 1, 2, and over 1. That's going to be my next point. Go down 2 again, over 1. And down 2, over 1. That is my line. Okay, go ahead and put arrows. And that's your line for y equals negative 2x plus 1.